Yo, 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 we live on location. Me and the blackest one are in City Beautiful, but right now we got Old Town's finest. We got City Beautiful's one of their favorite sons coming in. We got the Auburn War Damn Eagle. Marquis Daniels is in the building, people. Tap in. Appreciate you for pulling up, Keith.
Yes, man. Respect, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I'm loving it.
First of all, bro, we appreciate you coming on the show. You know, you my guy, man. We go way back.
Yeah.
Some of that reason I'm living in Orlando is because of you, man. We appreciate you coming to rock with us, bro.
Man, always, man. It's love being on here.
When you first got to the NBA, who was the first person to bust your ass?
Allen Houston.
Ooh,
H2O.
Listen, it was probably more running off them screens.
Them
you know,
screens,
they were real screens back then. Like, yeah, you know, you was like, I was right there, you wasn't there. You wasn't there. I mean, it was, yeah, he welcomed me early.
That man, that footwork and them screens, boy, Lord.
Yeah, I know me and Q, we first seen Allen Houston, man. We looked at his shoe. He had the little acronym H2O on his shoe. We was like, ooh, that's cold.
He wasn't going to beat you off the dribble, but if he catch it, it's a wrap.
Oh, pull up. Orlando, Florida. You know, where your boys at right now. Orlando, Florida, man. Representative. Before you had some guys come and T-Mac and, you know, Amari, all from that area. Tell us about Orlando and you coming up and who put the ball in your hand.
Man, you know, growing up, we pretty much played every sport because we weren't trying to clean up on the Sunday and Saturday. You know, you getting out the house for mom get up, so
yeah,
did everything, man. Like baseball, football, basketball. My oldest brother, he was playing basketball. He was a point guard, and you know, I used to go to the court with him. They would never pick me. Like I'm the last pick. You know, I was playing around all the time. All I ever wanted to do was the Iverson crossover.
Yeah,
hey, you play too much, man. Get out the court. You get out the court. So one summer, I think I grew about 4 or 5 inches. And like that summer, it's just like, okay, y'all gonna pick me now. I started dunking on. I was trying to dunk everything now.
Yeah,
catch thing out the rim, you know, and you know, Chucky Atkins and all those guys from Chuck. You know, playing with them. You know, Otis Smith. Even like my neighborhood, the old Orlando Magic Arena is my neighborhood.
Yeah.
See Shaq, Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, all them people, Penny. Like even to this day, they still call me Paramore Keith. Like, I was young. I was in the middle school, you know, coming through the gym, watching them practicing.
How dope was that, bro, to be, like you say, in middle school, but really being able to see Shaq and, like, Penny, the Orlando Magic.
all that in.
Yeah, I was bad as hell, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, the first time I seen Shaq, I cussed him out. He was chasing me. Like, it was just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Why? Why did you cuss him out?
You know, like, for no reason, to be honest with you, I'm walking through the gym. You know, Shaq, what you looking at, little nigga? I'm like, man, fuck you. You know, I started running out the gym. You know what I'm saying? It was just my neighborhood right down the street. You can come down here. So it was cool, man. But growing up, then, you know, later on, just joking with him, he was my teammate in Boston. It was fun. He was like, man, I remember your little badass. I'm like, yeah.
That's crazy.
Cool, growing up, seeing him, you know, back then, you know, Shaq and Dennis Scott, them, they'd be out in the parking lot dancing, all the music playing. So it was cool, you know, coming home from school and seeing them getting out of practice. Not only that, you seeing other NBA players.
Bro, I couldn't even fathom that when I was growing up, like coming home or getting out of school and you see Shaq in 3D playing music and dancing in the parking lot. What?
Crazy. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, it was inspiring, but at the same time, man, you know, growing up in those areas, you don't really be thinking about all that stuff. You just trying to, you living in the moment.
Right, straight up.
So at Edgewater, when did you start really taking basketball serious? Like this is the sport for me.
Man, I played basketball because I ain't want to like get in no trouble and stuff.
Yeah.
I ended up I actually had to leave my junior year to go to Mount Zion.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to class and going to school like I needed to. Like my junior year, I came home, man. It's a Lexus parked in the hood and in the apartment. I come in, I see 2 dudes sitting on the couch. I'm like, you know, who the hell this is?
Who is y'all?
Like this. I walk in my room. My mom got my bags packed. She like, you getting the hell out of here tomorrow.
Oh,
like,
she made the executive decision.
Yeah.
So Mount Zion basically came and got you.
Yeah. We played, I was playing basketball, but I ain't really understand the whole intricacies of being this player, that player, getting the rankings and all that stuff. I ain't like that, man. I just wanted to go hoop. After that, I'm going home. Basketball season over. I ain't going first, second, third period. I'm coming at lunchtime. Like that's what I was on. Like, so I didn't realize how important it was for you to get where you need to go until I got to Mount Zion. Because we played, we had my junior year, I had went on like a crazy run, and we ended up beating Fort Lauderdale Dillard.
Oh, KD now.
Yeah, that's where they saw me when we played them. And we ended up losing to Miami Senior. That's actually the only year in Florida they don't have a state championship because they was down there recruiting with UD and Steve Blake and all
that. Yeah.
Like that year, like they saw me and they came to the house and was like, "Man, you got a chance to go to the league." I'm like, "Man, I barely know people in college. What you talking about?" Like,
right.
Did you know like T-Mac and Amari then went to Mount Zion before you went?
Man, I ain't know where Mount Zion was at.
Right.
Like,
so you didn't even know you was going to North Carolina, like.
I ain't know nothing. I just knew I was getting out of there. I just knew that much.
So how was it like leaving home, you know, because this Florida weather is great down here, leaving home, and then you get some of that cold in that North Carolina. How was that transition for you?
Man, they tricked me good. They was like, you don't need no clothes, you don't need nothing, you gonna be here. Man, we move up there, man. We still in the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's cold. I ain't got no jacket. I got maybe one pair of pants. I call home probably every day, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna do right. Please just let me come home.
Oh, Mom, Thomas, I ain't gonna do it no more. I ain't gonna do it no more.
Well, I was trying to get up out of there, but man, they helped me for college, though. I ain't gonna lie, because you ain't got nobody waking you up. We had to wake up every morning like 5 o'clock to go run Duke football stadium. Like, I don't care if it's cold or not, like you running. And you know, we used to steal the battery out of the church van, man, so we won't have to run in the morning, man. It was crazy. It's like a second chance school, man. You had so many kids everywhere, all the way around the world that was in trouble in high school that got a chance to go there and try to change their life around. But it helped me out a lot.
How did it feel to get your first college letter? Like, how was it that to see college, big time colleges looking at you?
Man, I was getting them in Orlando. I just didn't know. I ain't kept too much about it. Like I ain't. Like my mom, she still got all those shoe boxes with all those letters and stuff in them. And I'm like, man, that was crazy.
No, moms keep everything.
Yeah, I'm right.
I was like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't on none of that, man. I wasn't trying to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had my older brother that I was watching, you know, but he was in JUCO and, you know, he was kind of in and out of trouble with, you know, jail and this and that. And, you know what I'm saying? I knew Chuck and I knew Willie Anderson, but I was cool with him, but you know what I'm saying? I was still over here.
At what point at Mount Zion would you say your mind started to change? You started to look at it like, man, I could go to school. I do want to go to school, and then start looking at like where you could possibly go.
Man, after ABCD camp, like I went to ABCD camp, you know, you see all these people that quote unquote this player ranked here and this and that. And, you know, I had gold teeth in my mouth tattooed like I was
Florida boy.
Yeah, I'm looking at them like, he ranked? Like, this what this is? And once I got there, it was like, I never forget. He told me, he's like, man, if you score 20 points, you can go to the league. Man, I had 16. I was mad as hell.
Who were some of the guys at ABC that around your year that you went there?
DeMar Johnson was number one player that year.
Oh, DeMar Johnson, yeah. He was a beast. Pono, UCLA.
I can't even really remember all of them, but it was a nice little class.
That class, yeah.
I still got one of the articles, man. It was like I went from being like unranked to it was an article saying that I was like number 6. Like coming from Florida to that, like I say, I had no idea about rankings, none of that stuff. Even when I came to Auburn, bro, I didn't know where Auburn was at. Like,
you didn't visit?
Nah, man, I went on one visit. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't care about school or none of that stuff, man. I went on one visit.
So wait. What visit did you go on? And it wasn't Auburn. Tell me the visit you went on then. How did you end up going to Auburn?
I visited Auburn later.
Okay.
I ended up, pretty much committing. But I went to Iowa State, and it was like in May. It was snow on the ground. I was like, I know I ain't coming up here. Like, ain't no way. You know, and then I had like schools in Florida. They was like, "Now you can't go to school in Florida." I'm like, "Why?" I know why now, but back then I'm blind to this stuff. Like my mom, she back home, she doing what she can to take care of the family in the house. So I ain't really have no male figure, no guidance to actually tell me what to do and how to get through, to make the right steps. I ain't know.
Yeah, or somebody to talk to back and forth to understand what was really going on. So what made you choose Auburn? Could it have been anybody else that almost got you? Was it anybody else that you almost committed to?
Yeah, Iowa State was close. Iowa State was close. Jamal Tins and Pfizer.
Yeah, Pfizer, big Pfizer.
Darius Stacy was really good. Like when I talked to him, he was real cool. But man, when I came to Auburn, I was on the visitor. That's where I actually met my wife. Rest her soul. On the visitor. I was here, and like I said, I didn't know where I was at. I'm like, bro, where we at? Like Alabama. I'm like, man, the hell Alabama at? At that time, them dudes had just came from being ranked number 1. They was finished 4th or something like that. They were Chris
Porter with the fro. Used to dunk the shit out there, man.
The hell out that ball. I was like, man, these dudes good, but at the same time, I'm like, my whole mentality was crazy. I'm like, man, he's sorry. Like, why the hell they playing in front of me? Like, you know what I'm saying? As a freshman, this was my mindset. Like, man, I should be playing. But one of my good friends died back in Orlando, so I ain't really played for 3 years here at Auburn because they kept my scores. I never could get in. And so finally, when I did get in, like I said, my good friend died. I went home. I was actually like, man, fuck school. I ain't going back. Like, I'm done with this. My wife at the time, I had a pager. She was paging me and calling my aunt's house, trying to check on me. And so my scores finally got through. I came back, and that was the first place I went. And, man, we've been together ever since. And she was like, you should stay.
Did Mount Zion kind of prepare you for what was going on in college, so it made it a little bit more easier to adjust?
Yeah, it did, as far as like with schoolwork and making you get yourself up on time. Because I ain't finna wake you up. If you did, you finna run and all that extra stuff. Y'all know me, I ain't running nowhere fast, and I ain't, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get the way I got to go and stop. So yeah, it helped me out a lot with that, and just playing against different players, like I say, from different places, man. We had some really good talented dudes in Mount Zion. Tim Lyles from Baltimore, Jonathan Hargett, another kid that was really good. Corey Hightower was there around that time.
Yeah, Corey Hightower,
We had some Travis Robinson, J.R. Raymond. Like, we had some talented dudes around there. Tracy would come back because I think it was the lockout year when I first got there. So, just playing against them dudes, like, they helped me to get here. And it was just like, man, I feel like, and I was already, like I said, my mindset was different. Like, man, these dudes, sorry, I ain't care how good you was. That's how I felt.
Yeah. Tell us about that, your senior year Sweet 16, the environment of the NCAA tournament. Y'all playing against Syracuse, how lit it was. And you had a good game. After that game, did you feel like you was league bound after that?
Man, honestly, that whole scene, I don't know what was going on, but it was crazy. Like, man, I used to stand out. You know how teams run out? I used to be standing up clapping for them when they come out, and I'd be like, man, I don't know what I might do tonight. They be looking at me like, man, what's wrong with you? Like, this is how I was talking to other teams. Like, I don't know what I might do tonight. I don't know what's going to happen to y'all. And, our coaches, like, they put that battery in me. They kept in my teammates, and, like, I broke every play it was. Like, I'm trying to I ain't lying, like swing it, like ain't no play. But it helped a lot, man, just getting prepared. We had a crazy run. We got on a run late. And that year we had to play Jameer Nelson them first.
Yeah.
Jameer Nelson, man, he just was here the other day scouting. Man, he had like 34 going crazy. I mean, he had 2 points at half. Man, he went crazy. Then we had Josh Howard the next round. Josh was ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Then we had Carmelo them in the third round, which, they ended up beating us by, I think it was 4. He had 2 points at half and ended up with 18. Like, it was just, them dudes showed why who they are.
Yeah.
Did you realize while you were there, like, what you was creating for yourself with the fans, becoming a fan favorite, and that you think, like, you would be looking after your career and you still got this type of love from them and they still embrace you and exalt you like that as one of the fan favorites?
Man, to be honest with you, nah, I really didn't. Like I said, man, I could count on my hands how many times I probably went out.
Right.
Cause like I said, I was with my girl, my wife at the time, and I was just basketball. Like, I was still doing my work. Like, I graduated, like, I know it. I was here from 2000, 2003, so I graduated those 3 years. Like, man, I ain't go home in the summer. Like, you know how you can go stay with people, but they don't want you there for real. So, I was like, man, I'm just stay here. Like, I stayed with my girl, and man, I took like 18 hours in the summer. I was just grinding, just hitting it, because I knew, I was like, man, when I leave, I ain't coming back.
Right.
Like, I ain't coming back. So I got my degree in 3 years. That was something that I knew my mom really wanted. And man, my mom came to 2 or 3 games in college out of my whole time here. Like, so like when I be seeing the kids now, and they families be here and they be complaining.
Crazy, it'd be crazy.
Y'all don't understand how good
They don't understand the grind, man. They don't understand the grind.
Y'all got 2 cars in the driveway, bro. Like grass in your yard, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely didn't have 2 cars. This one
crazy.
unit. We get out of there like
that was part of me staying home so my family could see me on the radio. That's why I stayed at DePaul in Chicago, so they come to so many games.
Man, I had my mom came. The first game she came to was they had them move to North Carolina. We was playing South Carolina, and like it's like, why you so hyped tonight, man? I was like, man, my mama here. Like you know what I'm saying? You know how I come, man. I had like 31 and something. They was like, man, she need to come all the time. I'm like, but you know, at the same time, man, it was just a blessing, you know, in the skies. Like I was 6 hours away from Orlando, so I can't just get back there, and they can't just get to me.
Yeah.
So it was cool that I was actually here, and I just, like I said, I locked in for school and basketball, and just tried to make that legacy. But to be honest with you, to answer your question, as far as coming back, I ain't come back to Auburn for like about 5-6 years. Yeah. Just because I was like, man, I don't think they really messing with me like that.
Right.
We had like a football game. They bring everybody out on the field, you know, and Charles Barkley out there, like, man, they cheer louder for me than him. And I'm like, oh, they really do fuck with me out here.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And it was like, I started coming back a little bit more and more, and, you know, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Your draft process, did you work out for a lot of teams?
14
teams?
Man, all on back to back. Man, my first one, I had to go, it was 1-on-1 with Barbosa.
Oh, God.
Beat.
Yeah. And this is before he had any type of sense. So he was a bat out of hell, and he was running your ass over. I already know it.
It was crazy. The very first play, they like pick him up full court. Already him back here no more. He can't score from back here. They's like, nah, get up on it, man. You crazy. I'm not finna do that no more. So I picked him up at half, but man, I had 14 of them. Like, and they was like, oh, you know, they back to back.
Yeah.
I think Memphis was probably my hardest one.
Who was that coach then?
Crazy. I don't know. I don't want to remember neither, man. That was a crazy workout. I was so tired.
They probably had Hubie then. Hubie was probably coach.
Man, that was a hard workout. I'm not even gonna lie. And it was probably like after my 9th or 10th one. Like, you know, you ain't getting a break. You flying here, flying there.
After the workout, getting on the plane. Like D can't comment on this. He only, you know, he only had like two dinners. He might have had a couple dinners, so he can't talk about this. Like people don't understand like how fatiguing, like mentally that the pre-draft process is. Like for guys like you and me to go to 16, 17, 14, 15 teams, and it be boom, 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 and like this is like an interview for your career, for your job. It's pressure with it. It's a draining process, bro.
It's crazy. And then you might get there on your 10th one. You on somebody that's their first one. They fresh. Like, man, now you trying to, like, so you got to, it's a different type of mentality you got to have, man. Like, you really got to, and it helped coming from where I came from, that kind of like.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm
going to push through this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sports help you out so much in the world, man. You learn how to roll with the punches. You're going to get down or you're going to lay down. Like, you're going to pick a choice. And, you know, I know me, I can't go back home and let them be like, man, you let him do what to you? Like, nah.
Yeah, you already know. You got to represent. You can't get embarrassed. Hey, you got to represent.
My mama watching.
What was the mentality you had to keep going, to keep pushing, even though you didn't get drafted?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That night was crazy, man. I don't know if I cried. I know I damn near cried if I didn't. Like, I was so mad.
Did you have like a party or a gathering with your people?
Yeah, we had like a little party. I don't know if y'all remember, damn, what was the restaurant downtown? I can't even think of it. It was like a soul food restaurant my family owned. And so they wanted to have a little party. And like my agent kept telling me, man, this gonna be it right here. This gonna be it right here. So I'm sitting there like, man, all right. So after the first round, I'm like, no, like I went outside.
Right.
You know, I'm out there trying to console me. I'm like, so my mom, she's standing there. I said, man, I'm gonna make everybody pay. I don't care who it is, teammates. Y'all, you finna pay for this. Like, cause you know, you go through those draft processes and like, I'm holding my own. Some of these players that I'm seeing getting drafted, I bust their ass. So
man, I'm like, that's the part that be right here. That be boy, it be tugging at you like.
Yeah, it was crazy. So it was just like, it helped me out because it kept that chip on my shoulder, man. Like, you know, a lot of people like, man, I'm hungry for it. I'm like, nah, I was starving.
Mm-hmm.
I knew for a fact I can't go back to the part. I can't go back to the circle.
When did you find out you was gonna get the sign with Dallas for the summer league and like get your shot? Like, cause I know like sometimes people don't get that call right away. Did you find out that night?
I was right away, man. As soon as the draft was over, they called me, and
That's
then
good.
Orlando called me right after that, and it was like, man, I was like, well, I just committed to Dallas, so ended up going to summer league, man. That was a whole different experience too. That helped out a whole lot.
Yeah. You went crazy out in the summer league. Talk about that. How that went for you?
Man, you know what? Like, I think it was our first game. I had like 9 turnovers. I'm playing the point. So I'm like, damn, this is different. Like, you know, regular passes you can't make. You got some experienced vets. They get in the passing lane. So it was cool. But then the second game, I think I had Earl Watson. Earl was kind of, you know, he was already established doing this thing. I think he was coming on his 3rd year. I think he was in Memphis at the time, maybe. And I had like 38. And they was like, oh, shit. Like, and I'm like, damn. He already in the league, so I feel like if I can do this on him, I gotta. So that night,
building that confidence.
Right, I get back to the room. Me and Josh, we was roommates at the time. Danny Ainge called my room, and he's like, "No, you signed with Dallas." I'm like, "Nah, you know, I'm just on the summer league thing." He's like, "They want you to come to Boston." I'm like, "Well, they gave me my first chance, so I'm gonna stay with them." Actually, I hung up the first time because I'm like, "Man, this ain't no Danny Ainge," and I hung up, called back. Like, nah, this Danny for real. And then he said what he said, and I stayed. And they actually didn't want me to play no more after I had 38 that game. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to keep playing. Like,
they wanted to keep the secret.
Right.
Did you know Josh before that? Like, was y'all friends or communicate? You didn't know? So that's when y'all first met and kind of built y'all bond together.
Locked in right away.
Actually, it was during the game. We was playing Wake Forest, and Josh was guarding somebody else. And one of my teammates was like, hey, man, who he guarding? Man, tell him to shut the fuck up. So I was like, hey, man, you better shut up out here. And Josh like, nah, I ain't gonna shut up. I ain't gonna shut up. You know, after that, it's like everywhere we went, all our workouts, we was pretty much together. Like, always like matched up together at different workouts, different places. Then we end up being in Dallas together. That was a whole different experience itself. Like, that helped out so much. Kind of like, you know, when y'all got to the village together.
Nothing like having a partner.
I know how tight y'all was. Every time I seen Josh, I seen you. Every time I seen you, I seen Josh, man. I knew y'all friendship was solid. When y'all started rocking together, that was like it was like y'all had so much good chemistry playing together.
Man, he was like a brother from another, man. His family and my family, they all kind of similar. You know, him being from North Carolina. I had some ties to North Carolina, but man, just having somebody there that you can actually talk to when things ain't going your way, they kind of understand. And when things ain't going his way, I understand. And, you know, just being there for each other, like, you know, like when he playing good, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Regardless of what's going on, like, man, keep going. Like,
he's doing it for both of us. Like, that's what I'm telling you.
Exactly. I'm living through you right now. And then, because at the beginning, he was playing a lot. Like, my first year, you know, I ain't played till like the last 30 games maybe. But I was one of them ones, we up 20, down 20, I'm going to get in the game. But in them 2 minutes, I'm going to try to have me 10, 12 points.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm going hard right for
Take it out.
Right here. But yeah, man, it was good because then when I actually got my time to play, he was probably one of the first guys up cheering for me, happy for me every time.
How was it to, you know, be on a team with so much star power? You got Antoine Walker, you got Steve Nash, you got Mike Finley, you got Sean Bradley, Antoine Jameson. So much star power in it, and just being around them veterans and to me, you know, one of the greatest owners ever, if not the greatest owner ever, in Mark Cuban. Like, how was that?
Man, to be honest with you, my first year I get there, Don Nelson was like, you got to hang with Walker every day. Yeah. So I learned a lot early. Like, what to do and what not to do. Like,
walk dog.
Man, Walk, that's my boy, man. But, man, it was good, man. It was good. And if you ain't strong mentally, you can actually, like, be like, man, this is what the league is. I remember when I practiced, we come in, you know, Donnie was like, hey, man, do this stretch. And he like, practice. Oh, me and Josh look at each other like, what? This it? Like, we used to 4-hour practice, you know, standing up, trying to get into it. Right. And Mike Finley was like, hey, Rook, don't leave. Stay in here, get some shots up, do this and do that. And,
OG Finn. Yeah, listen, dog, that was my figure. Him and Big Juwan in the gym in Chicago. Them dudes was my picture of perfection. Like, they was the top of the league, making max money. So I always, like, to this day, I always gotta honor them too.
Let me ask you this: have you ever seen Mike Finn with his shirt untucked?
Never. And practice, it didn't matter. It was tucked in.
And it was perfect. It was perfect too.
Man,
hey, we come to this day, whenever I tuck a shirt and I be like, gotta get that Mike Finn on, you feel me? Like, I swear I say that every time.
Hey, man, Finn changed jerseys, his whole uniform at halftime one time. I was like, man, what he doing? He's like, man, I ain't playing good. I changed. I'm like, what?
He tucking that joint in, man. Finn
Right.
kept that thing tucked.
Man, Finn Foe, that's my guy, man. He definitely helped me out a whole lot. Like, even to this day, he still check on me and everything. But and Steve Nash gave me some knowledge early, though. He was like, man, you want to be good? It's like, don't do what everybody else in here doing. And I'm like, at first I'm trying to register what he's saying. But I see everybody else, they vets. They can, do what they need to do. And I was like, all right, I need to stay extra. I need to come early. I need to do this. And it helped a lot, just trying to get to that point. But he helped me out a whole lot. And, even playing in the game when he was like, Rook, just run.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got to do. Man, I'm out.
How many times would you walk in the gym and see Steve doing some of his stuff, and you'd be like, man, what is he doing? Man. Like he'd be doing the little stuff with the wires and the little, the little core stuff he do, and then the little floaters. People think that was improv. Bro would sit there and do, I don't know how many here, flip the ball himself and then just then lay out and do that little shot. Like,
it's crazy, man. Like, even some of his workouts, like he'll be on like a medicine ball,
a spider. He's a spider monkey on that ball. Like, boom, he could go jump on that joint.
Like, and I'm like, bro, I can barely sit on this one. Like, but his core and all that, even without first conditioning, it was like, we got to do this running test. I'm like, if I could just stay behind Steve, I'm all right. Like, that was my spot. Like, I
your
just
pace car, yeah.
Him cool. Like, man, his conditioning was crazy, but like those one leg off balance shots and all that stuff, it was like, man, him and Dirk used to be working on that stuff. I'm like, bro, these dudes crazy. Like, I'm never gonna shoot that in the game. Like, man, it was efficient with it. Like, just coming out that runner jump shot he used to do at the free throw line. Like, he was one of the first ones I ever seen doing that, like, consistently. Like,
wet with it.
He was nasty with it.
How was it for you when you got your shot when Steve got sick and then you got to play and damn near had a triple-double?
Man, in practice, you got to have that stay ready crew. So, like, them dudes playing, so we playing against the other guys, like, I'm at their head, like, going crazy.
Yeah.
So, he gets sick. And like I said, I was up 20 down, 20 type player to get in. And coach came, he's like, hey, rookie, you starting tonight. Antoine James was like, I bet your ass stop playing now because I'm joking around in practice. I know I ain't going to get into the game right over anyway. So my minutes ain't going to matter, like whether we win or lose. So he's like, I bet you stop playing now. And then, man, like I said, I had like 14, 9, and 9, I think it was.
14, 9, and 9.
After that, he was like 18, 21, 20, whatever it was. And he was like, hey, rookie, you always been able to score like that? I'm like, yeah, just put me in the game. I'm my confidence up. I'm good. Like, especially playing with them dudes. Like, you can't help nobody. Like, we had shooters everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like
y'all had squad.
He was like, man, we're gonna put you on the block. You're gonna post the little guards up. And I was like, perfect. So it helped me out a lot. And that goes back to playing in college. Like, man, I started at every position here at Auburn, from 5 to 4. Had to start at the 1 my junior year. Then my senior year, I got to play the 2, 3. But it helped. That was a blessing in disguise because it's like, you can't just put a smaller guard on me. Man, even still, I was, able to handle the ball good enough to get to my spots and do what I need to do. But it helped a lot, man, just getting that chance. And, I never forget when we get to Orlando, he's like, I know you already look sleepy. Don't play too relaxed. I'm like, man, oh, cool. So he ended up starting me. Then we went small ball in the playoffs and against Chris Webber and Mike Bibby and all them in Sacramento. That was crazy. I was talking to my wife, I was like, man, we was just home, in college, looking at them playing on TV. And it's like, actually, to be in there hearing them cowbells, man, that was crazy. It was loud as hell in there.
How was it to start in the playoff series? Like, that's the show. That's the stage right there that you want to get to.
Yeah, man, it was, at first, it's surreal. You know how it is when you first get in there, like, just the atmosphere is crazy. Like, everybody watching, like, it's, TNT, the people you hearing when you in college saying the name, now you hearing them saying your name. You trying not to be, shocked, celebrity shocked when you seeing people sit front row. You like, damn, man, that's such and such. But you got to still play because at the end of the day, these dudes see blood. They going to try to take advantage of you. Yeah. So it was cool, man. I ain't going to lie, just getting out there. But playing with those veterans helped out so much because they made it easy for me. Like, because they had so much attention on them. All I had to do was just go out there and do what I was supposed to do.
Even though you didn't play really the first half of the season, you wind up making all rookie second team.
Yeah.
The best thing about not getting undrafted, when you get to play, you get that bag early, man. You get that bag early, man. How was it when you heard $38 million finna come your way?
the best part of that was before that happened, Eddie Nahara. You know how you get your
Eduardo Nahara.
and so he comes in, he got his check stub. I think I'm getting maybe $350 at the time. That's the league minimum. He comes in, he's like, hey, Ricky, look at this. I'm like, oh hell no, I gotta give me some bread. You know, he pulling the check out. So I ain't never seen that many zeros, man. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get my life together. So that helped me out. I ain't gonna lie, that motivated me a lot too, because I'm like, man, Eddie don't really do much, but he do his job good. Like, you know,
he do what he do.
So I'm like, this what it take, this small stuff, man. Let me lock in.
Right.
But yeah, that call, man, I ain't gonna lie. We was actually in the projects, man. We was upstairs at my aunt's house. Well, I was standing outside. I was tank top is hot as hell, you know, I'm standing outside. My wife, my mom, all them sitting upstairs, and you know, my agent called me like, hey man, you sitting down? I'm like, man, what's up, man? Like, what you talking about? He like, man, we got it done. I'm like, yeah, we got what done? It's like, and then he told me the number, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, I was shocked. Then I went up and when I told my mom, and just knowing from, you know, seeing her having, you know, working these 3-4 jobs, not knowing how we gonna eat, and, you know, these notices on the door, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the shoes you having to wear to school when you're younger to now, it's like, man, like, this is a good feeling, man, because I think every kid's dream is to take care of their mom at some point.
Yeah.
You know, especially when they went through so much and seeing what they had to go through to get you where you was at, like, man, you know, you wanted them shoes, but sometimes you got to play in them XJ900s, you know them.
Hey, boy, ain't
you don't know about them SJs, man.
XJ900s, them pro wings.
I was so happy that I had a big feet that they didn't even make my size that I ain't never had to go there.
I my toes and them things like this, man. I got about 9 travels one game. I'm like, man, we can't do this. I can't stop. Nah, it was good. It was a blessing, man, just to be able to get her out of that situation. And you know, I got a younger brother, and then, like I say, my brother he was actually locked up at the time still.
Yeah.
Silk, y'all know Silk, my oldest brother. Like,
yeah.
He was actually still locked up at the time. He like, man, we in here, man. You know, they better not touch that TV when y'all playing. You know, just stuff like that give you motivation. You know what I'm saying? That you got people that's in the box that they like.
Yeah, first generation millionaire, man. That's what it is, man.
And I ain't gonna lie, it changed a lot. Changed the families, you know, changed the dynamics. It helped out a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie, I thank God for it every day. Thank Cuban, the Mavs, and I'm glad Steve got sick, man.
Okay, so I feel like this is appropriate to ask this right now, because I know, you know, needless to say, you took care of Mom Dukes, you know, no more projects and all that. But what did young Orlando finest Keith do to, like, right now you probably look back like this was crazy. And even if you don't mention this one thing, I'm gonna bring this one thing up, but I'm gonna hear from you. What did you do when you got that bag? Because that's a big bag for just going into your second year. People don't get that.
For me, that was good for me was, you know, like I said, got my mom her house and her car. Like, that was, for me, that was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, cause I was cool. Like, I came from not having it. I'm cool with it, but man, I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't know what I did.
You didn't get no chain, no whip, no nothing like that?
Okay, well, nah, let me rephrase my question. When did you get the Hummer that me and D Miles ran up on in the parking garage that had real yappers in the neon lights with yappers in the window on the thing? I was like, remember D Miles? We ran up like, this ain't real. He like, no, this Texas, bro. I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing. Like, when did you tell me about the Hummer? The Hummer, hey, listen, world, the Hummer was crazy, y'all.
Yeah, I got that. I had a camouflage Hummer. I got that. I think it was on
an Army artillery vehicle, camouflage.
Yeah. Man, I had an AR in the top. I had Mac 11s in the side window.
In the windows with the lights on it, you could see them through the window. Real? I was like, is this real? He was like, yeah. I'm like, what? He was like, this Texas. I'm like, yo, this is the craziest.
I think I had like 812s in the truck. Like, I was exploring them. Like, you know, I had the old schools. I think cars was probably one of my things that I always did, like the old schools. And, you know, then I got the chain. I got that one.
Oh, the chain. The man had, listen, y'all got to go YouTube and Google it, y'all, world. The man had the first ever,
for real,
like, real 3D, like, with the dreads and like that. I remember when Jason did that, Jason of Beverly Hills, like, when he told me, like, I'm doing some crazy shit for Marquis Daniels. How did you come up with that?
It was crazy. We in the LA. He come to my room. He got like a scanning machine or something. He's like, man, I need you to lay down. I'm like, Jay, what you doing? So I lay down, man. He scanned my face. He's like, you gonna like this. come back, man, he showed me. I'm like, that shit crazy. Like, man, now you see all the rappers doing. I'm like, bro, I did that in
like an 04, 05.
I still got it, man. That chain weigh about 4 or 5 pounds, man. She watched, like, man, that's a damn voodoo dog. That chain heavy as hell. But yeah, I had the big Alpha pendant piece. Like, man, I had all kind of crazy jewelry to the point like it's hard for me to wake up and put it on now. Like, I don't even.
Yeah, it's too big. I
can't do it. Just seeing people now wake up and put fake jewelry on, that's crazy to me.
Straight up, man.
People do it every day, B. People wake out up, here every day,
put glitter on.
Day, man, I'm talking about they wake up with confidence. Like, I gotta get my drip together. Like, bro, you know, man, for real, it's crazy.
You gonna turn green, man. You
putting all everything.
Tell us about the run y'all made. You know what I'm saying? Going all the way to the NBA Finals and playing against Miami, playing against Shaq and D Wade, Lonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
With you, Jason Terry, Jerry Stackhouse, Dirk.
Stack, man, that run was crazy, man. We'll go on some 25-game win streaks at times. Like, it was just crazy. Like, playing with them dudes, like I said, every night was somebody different.
That's how y'all was, though. Y'all was so stacked, bro.
I felt like you and Josh was like that key piece to that run because, you know, Nash superstar, Dirk a superstar, all these guys are superstars. Stack has been big time in the league. But the way y'all fit being all around, defensive end and offensive end, y'all had to guard the best players. Plus, y'all had to come back down and get buckets too.
Like you say, me and Josh kind of balanced it out. You know, we had some veteran guys that even when they get tired, it's like, nah, we ain't tired. We ready to run. What we got to do? We was trying to run through a wall. Like, man, we this close to getting the ring. Like you say, man, being in that atmosphere, even when, you know, they got the trophies out here, the big trophies standing up, you got to walk through, they calling out your name. Man, that's crazy within itself. And it's like everybody in the world watching right now because nothing else really going on. This is it. Like, so that atmosphere was beyond insane. You know, playing against Miami, being from Florida, it was like an extra motivation for me just to want to get to that point, man. But even playing in that, you know, like, we got reverse swept. We was up 2-0 then, you know.
I remember.
Man, it was crazy, man, you know, but, you know, Miami played good. But even with that, like, we lost after the last game. Like, my daughter was actually born that night after game 6.
Wow.
Like, I almost didn't play in that game. Like, I'm at the hospital and the wife, she like, man, go to the game. I'm like, man, damn, that game. It's my first child. Like,
right.
So I ended up going to the game. I actually played really good. And as soon as the game was over, I ran straight back to the hospital, and she was born that night.
Wow, that's I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, she a freshman here at Auburn now on the women's basketball team.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. How proud that make you feel that not only is she hooping, but she at your alma mater and you get to be there with her. How that feel?
Man, they play in 3 days, so it's like, man, now you could go and buy the jerseys with the NIL stuff. So I just went online and bought her jerseys. I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like,
that's crazy.
Like, my wife played here too, so
you
know, when she came out with her number, I'm like, what number you gonna get? Like, she always had number 3, you know, from high school and all that. And she came out with 11. I'm like, oh, you got 11. She's like, you know, Mom was 33, you was 3. You know, I was like, oh, all right, that's hard.
Yeah.
She rapped too, like, man, she's just a female version of me, bro. Like, that's her. She's just gonna be her.
Yeah,
that's dope, bro.
Yeah, she's a little bit too much for me. I'd be like, you gotta chill out.
Yeah, you know, all these kids a little bit too much for us. They do a lot more than what we do. We didn't have access to do a lot more. We probably would have, but we ain't had the access to do a lot more. So seeing them doing a whole lot more now, it's just crazy.
2.0, that's it.
Tell us about having an owner like Mark Cuban for your first couple of years being in the league.
Man, it was different, man. He set the standards high for everybody else. Like, you know, coming in as a rookie, like, you got PlayStations in your locker, you eating good every day, your seats on the plane is crazy. Like, it was just, even with, like I said, when my child was born, you know, he sending me stuff, you know, for my kids, making sure your family's straight when they coming in town. Like, it was just different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Coming in, you don't know what to expect, and then you see that, it's like, oh, everybody like this? But everybody ain't like that.
Everybody ain't like that.
Hey, like, he still send me messages, he text me, he send me messages, you know, he comment on different stuff. Like, so he been one of them ones that, like, when he actually care for you and love you, he really show it.
Yeah.
He ain't was as long as you playing for me, I care for you. He go far and beyond that.
Once you got traded to the Pacers, how quickly were you able to tell? Like you just looked around, like damn.
Man, that Pacer team
It
is
ain't the
different.
same. No, the team. I'm saying I'm not talking about the team, the players, or anything. I'm talking about just from like the stuff you said, like how the locker room, how the plane, how places you stay. Like you know how it is when you go to different teams. You notice that right away. Like wait, damn, like what?
It was just different, man. I think Cube was so locked in with sports, like it was like almost he wanted to play as well, like so he wanted to make sure that you was comfortable doing what you needed to do. And other teams, they was owners that they probably owning soccer teams and all kind of other stuff.
Yeah.
But his folks was like he was on basketball besides the tech stuff he was doing. But like when it came to basketball, he made sure his players they ain't want for nothing.
Man,
Like, I don't care what it was. Like man, you had
the
to
word was out. We used to hear. We knew.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like even like you ain't need for food or nothing. Like I was man, let me get some of this to go home, man.
I love playing Dallas because after Dallas we had a platter. Everybody walking out the locker room with a like, man, he just fed us this good.
When we had Cube on, we had to tell him, like, we had to give him props for kind of paving the way. That's everywhere now, Keith. That's every team has food now after games like that.
He even had it to the point, like I don't know how other teams was, but like the family room, they was eating just as bad as the players. Like
Oh, yeah.
they had everything. I'm like, my brother and my wife gonna be like, man, y'all got this and that in here. They over there, they getting everything. So I'm like, man, this actually all right. But like I say, I didn't know other places wasn't like that until you got there. And you like, yeah, it ain't like Dallas. So you gotta adapt and but it's all for the good. But Cube definitely set that stone for making everybody better as far as taking care of his players and as well as the other team.
How was it when you heard you got traded? Was Josh one of the first people you called once you got traded? And was you excited to kind of go to a new chapter?
Man, actually, I was kind of glad I got traded. Me and Avery, we're cool now, but we was kind of bumping heads at the time, and I was wanting to play more, and he wasn't really playing me as much, and I was like, man, I gotta get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
Because I'm locked into the team, but I'm ambitious too as well. Like I know I can do more.
Yeah.
Like, when you feel like you still got a lot in the tank and you playing a little bit of minutes here, and it's like, bro, this ain't for me. Like, cause I'm feeling myself losing contact with the game, and it's like, you know how it is when you ain't playing, man. You turn into one or two things, man, a drunk or a whore, and I wasn't trying to be neither one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just being real.
Real talk. That's real talk. That's real talk.
I need to do it and lock in on the game, but when you ain't playing, man, you like, bro, this some bullshit. Like, dude, I ain't playing. He ain't really giving me the reason why. It's just like, and you can't really complain because you winning. So it's like, man, I just need to get out of here. Like, I don't want to be no bitter teammate. Let me just go and get out of here before I not like dude anymore.
Yeah. Right. So when you got to Indiana and you seen the squad, you got Danny Granger, you got Mike Dunleavy, TJ Ford, Troy
Shout
Murphy.
out TJ Ford.
What did you see the moves that y'all can make and what you can do?
So that was the team before the trade. That was the team after the trade. Mm-hmm. So when I first got there, it was Steve Jackson, Al Harrison, Jamal.
Yeah, all them was there. Yeah, they was there.
This was when he first got there.
When they.
Yeah,
you just fell into some shit.
Man, from Dallas to welcome to Death Row. Like we over here. Like man, it was like every night. It was something. It was a damn movie every night we went out there. Like it was crazy.
That's crazy. Hilarious, bro.
Man, but when they made that trade, actually I think I'm glad it happened, but I think they kind of gave up on that team a little early because we had some good pieces where we could probably did some things, with Al and Jack, Jamal and J.O. Like that team was pretty good. We said it'd be good. And we got Mike and TJ and Murph, man, one of my favorite teammates, man. Murph crazy. So Murph cussed people out in the stands. He didn't damn who you were. Man, Murph was on that. Another good friend of mine, man. That was good when we was over there. Danny was coming into himself. Danny, man, when he get hot, he got hot. He had strap. He was playing on both ends of the floor. I think we had Jared Jack as well around that time.
Okay.
And Foster, Jeff Foster.
Athletic boy.
Man, athletic, gonna set some of the meanest screens.
What?
Like, you don't know if you're gonna play that night, especially in shoot around with Jeff, man. I don't know if y'all remember David Harrison.
Yeah, big fella.
Yeah, Big Dave.
Yeah, we had a decent team, man. We had a chance to do some things. We had what's his name? Jim O'Brien. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Man, you scared to go out the night before because boy, practice that next day gonna be crazy. You know what's gonna happen? I'm to my shoot around.
They don't do that no more. They don't even practice like that no more.
He part of that Patino background. That's why he was going crazy.
Man, it was crazy, man. I remember one game, he was just yelling. I'm like, man, you gonna have a damn aneurysm. He's like, I already did. I was like, man, he used to go crazy, bro, for real.
So when you got traded to Boston, you was worried about how you and KG and Paul was gonna kind of get along and click?
Nah, man, to be honest, like, we had just played them, and it's like, we always, you know how they are. Like, we had beat them, and so when we had beat them in Indy, we go to Boston. And so they was on some, you know how they on some bullshit. Like, they trying to talk shit and this. And I'm like, man, I don't fuck about nothing y'all talking about. Basketball, I just so happen to know how to play. Y'all better leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
I'm on, like, so when I get to Boston, I'm thinking it's finna be something. So
it's still that.
So I get in the locker room. My locker actually right next to P. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what's finna happen, but it's whatever it is on. So I get in.
He come in with that Cali.
Yeah, he walking, got his feet sideways, ticking like, yeah, bro, what's up, love? Like, yeah, P, we got 6 in here now. So it was all love, and it was just from that day on, man. And TA was like Josh Howard, my young
guy.
TA a real one, like, man, TA, man, he been to Orlando with me. I've been to Chicago with him. TA, he living like just like I am out there, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. It was able, you know what I'm saying? We was able to move around and do what we needed to do. And man, that was just a real team, man. Dudes held each other accountable. That was probably one of the teams that actually they kind of helped coach each other outside.
Yeah.
Like they held each other accountable and they was getting on each other like, if you fucking up, like, yo, you out here on some bullshit.
Yeah.
And they respected it and they got it together, man. That team was fun, I ain't gonna lie.
Tell me about the time, bro, when you had the collision with Gil. I remember seeing this on TV, watching the highlights, like, damn, what the hell happened? Like, because it didn't look like nothing really, but it was like the way you went out, then you had the injury. Walk me through that and like what you actually experienced when it happened.
So, man, I'm gonna go all the way back to Dallas. It was my second year in Dallas. This when I really realized I had something going on. I don't know if y'all noticed, like, my numbers in my career started kind of going down a little bit around that time. Like, man, I played one game, and, like, if I get hit, man, I'm hurt for, like, 2-3 weeks, maybe longer than that. Like, I couldn't even look up without getting burning sensations in my arms. Like, that shit was burnt. Like, so I was born with spinal stenosis, and I ain't have no movement in my canal. So if I got bumped a little bit or anything, like, sometimes my shit is shut down, and I'm like, bro, what the hell going on? I didn't know exactly what it was. I'm trying to play through it, but I'm like, I can't be going in here like driving to the basket and doing this and that. I was trying to play through it, and then I actually had a situation in Dallas where I got hit, and I went to a specialist. Dude told me to retire. Like, this is my second year. And I'm like, you crazy? I just got here. Like, you out your mind. So I'm trying to get through it. So I had missed like 2-3 weeks after that. Like, I missed a lot of time due to my spine. Like, I know a lot of people like, man, you missed a lot of time, you didn't play that much, but a lot of that was like, it wasn't when then I could control. It was just like, I get hit a certain way, and my whole body will just like, just go crazy, just shut down. Like, I'm talking about from hamstring injuries to, like, I ain't know my spine controls so much of your body.
Yeah, that back, boy.
Yeah, so, and I stayed injured because of something like that, which I didn't know, but that injury with Gil, like, man, I was making a sweep through move. My forehead, when I say it barely touched his shirt.
That's what I'm saying. I remember seeing the replay, like, how, like, it was.
It grazed his shirt, and when it did, like, I lost feeling and everything. I was paralyzed on the floor for about 5 minutes until, that's when they put me on the stretcher, and then my nerves started firing back up on the ride to the hospital. I'm like, man, y'all don't cut this jersey off me. Like, it felt like somebody was putting cigarettes out all over my body. Like, the nerves is almost like you get hit in the bone and it just burned.
Yeah.
Like, my whole body was like that. And they like, man, you can't play no more. I'm like, man, I don't give a damn. As long as I can walk. Like, I got kids, man. I got my son and my daughter. I got to be able to, play with them. This is what I'm thinking. And so it was like, you got to have surgery. I'm like, well, I got to have surgery if I ain't playing no more. So I ended up getting the surgery. I got 3 screws and a sling in my spine right now, just to keep my canal open. And like, I can hold my head up and stuff. Like, I still can't turn that far to the left, but man, it was bad. Like, I never really told nobody. I just tried to play through everything because, you know what I'm saying, I was undrafted. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, like.
There's a lot of players that got certain type of injuries that they know their time is kind of ticking, so they play through it. One of Brandon Roy knew, and we all knew that he didn't have that much time, so he got in that training room and gave all he got for them few years because he knew eventually he was gonna have to stop.
B-Roy would have never got hurt, man.
Yeah, like, and they knew that from the get-go, and there's a lot of guys that go through a lot of injuries. But, you know, we got to get this money or we got to get to this money. So I'm going to go and ride it on out until I can't ride it no more.
No question.
I remember that one specifically, though, bro. Like he said, because that's what was, like, alarming about it. Because, like, they showed the replay so many times. He barely touched it. It wasn't like when you see somebody, like, boom, and you'd be like, oh, it was, man, it was so.
Barely touched.
What scared me was how you fell, because you didn't break your fall. You know how when somebody fall, they trying, like if they fall, they trying to put you just fell, like body just limp. I was like, damn.
Thank God my brother and my uncle was at the game. My wife, she was back home in Georgia with the kids, and like they watching the game, and she was like, man, she jumped on the first flight to get there. Like, that was probably, and the crazy part about it, man, I wasn't even scared though. That's the crazy thing about it. Like I wasn't scared. Like my whole time, I'm just saying, man, the devil got to try harder than this. Like I can just never got to try harder than this.
Right on.
So like when I finally got back, it was just like, man, I don't know what you trying to tell me, God, but you know I'm listening. Like, and so it put stuff in different perspective for me, man. Just to understand that, like, man, it ain't all about basketball. Like you need family, regardless of what's going on. You have your family around, surrounding people that's gonna be there for you.
Yeah, you went to the finals with the Celtics too.
2010. 2010.
How was that run going to the final? I know you didn't play as much as you played with the first run, but you know how it is in the NBA. Like you make it there and then you might not see it ever again.
Man, that was fun, man. You know, I was like, man, I'm actually finna get a ring. Like, you know, I'm in the class. I ain't do much on the project, but hopefully I get, you know what I mean? I get a So it was good, man. Just seeing them dudes out there, man. Just, you know, even with that team, man. Like a lot of people don't even realize, like, you know how Ticket is. Ticket one of the ones that you got to keep putting the battery in. Like you got to keep firing. Man, I'm in his ear. Like, come on, man, you got more. He like, man, keep talking to me. Like, just trying to keep him going, keeping P going. Like, them dudes, you know what I'm saying, they exhausted. But I'm trying to keep them going, keep them like, man, this is it, right? You know, just trying to keep them focused and locked in. Man, we had that, man. I think that was probably, you know, Rest Kobe so one of his worst shooting games. And all of a sudden, Ron Artest started hitting threes. Paul Gasol, I'm like, oh, man. I know
Kobe started grabbing every rebound that came off the board.
I know this shit ain't happening right now. We up 13 going into 4.
Yeah.
Man. It just wasn't meant for me to have one. That's all it was. But nah, man, that was fun. That was another fun run, man. I remember we was playing in LA. Doc he asked everybody for $100. Like, what you talking about? Get $100, put it up in the ceiling. We know he put it up in there, and you know, we're gonna be back. So man, we come back, he gave everybody their money back. He was like, man, how you? He's like, yeah, I put it up here, nobody knew it was him. I'm like, that's crazy. That team was crazy, man. We had so much that we was dealing with throughout the year off the court that I was actually shocked we made it that far. But dudes, when it came to basketball, man, they was locked in and just wouldn't do what it took to win.
After they won the first one, I went to training camp with them, and I used to call my homeboys back home, and it was like, man, nah, this dude here different. And he don't get the props he deserves, and that's Rondo.
Man,
just tell us about just like, man, how good of a player Rondo is and a leader, how his IQ is.
Man, no doubt. Like, man, we be in the game and Rondo be telling another team, man, you in the wrong spot. Like, how you know where he supposed to be at? He know they plays. You know, he calling plays before we even get to the huddle. You know, Doc looking at him like, how you know we finna run this? Like, he calling out. I'm like, I asked him one, I'm like, nah, how you keep P, KG, and Ray happy? Like, how you, like, you know what I'm saying? These 3 superstars, how you keeping them happy? He's like, man, I kind of keep in my mind, okay, Ray ain't had a shot. P ain't touched. You know, Tick need this. Like, he kind of understood that and he kept that, you know, programmed in his mind. So throughout the game, you know, most people kind of locked in on what they need to do. But dude was like trying to do what he needed to do, man, just to keep everybody together, man. I remember when remember Jeremy Lin was on this crazy run. Chicken, like, man, show this who the real point. Like, man, that man put up he unlocked some new shoes on 2K with them numbers he put up. Man, that was crazy.
Tigger said he was already on him. He said that he was doing all that. He said, nah. He was like, after the game before y'all, I think he gave it, he went off on somebody, and Tigger said Rondo came in and was like, yeah, I ain't want it. He's like, I'm glad that he still went off. He said he wanted to be the one to shut the shit down.
Man, somebody turned all that water off. Like, crazy, man. I'm talking about, man, I think he might have had like 30, 20, 14, 15. It was crazy. I'm looking like, man, what the like, you sitting over there and you watching this shit. You actually look up at the stat, you like, that shit got 30, 20 assists, 15 rebounds. Like, what the hell? Crazy, bro. Like, just
really
looking
turned up on him.
And he all doing it like he ain't really changing his facial expressions too much, but he was good enough to like he cussed Ticket out, he cussed Paul out, he cussed Ray out, like, and they respected that because he knew what he was supposed to be doing, and everybody respected each other, man. That was a good thing to see, man, especially from a young player like him that his IQ was crazy, man. I don't know if he'll coach, but if he was ever coach, man, he'll be really good at it. Like,
he over there with Doc right now.
I think Doc got him over there in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He's going to be really good, man. Like, dude, IQ is crazy, man, because, shit, I barely knew where I was supposed to be on the court, and he telling other people where they supposed to be at. Man, that was crazy. Good, and also a good dude off the court, man. Like, even when I got
Great dude off the court, man. Great dude off the court, man.
Like, man, you need some food? Like, he was just a real good dude, man. Just really good dude.
I feel like Rondo get a bad rap of how good of a player he was and how good of a teammate he was. Like, He was dope to me. He's one of my favorite ones. I ain't spend that much time with him, but the aura he give off is just crazy. And anytime somebody that played with him, I always make sure they shout him out because, man, he's a dope player, and he should be represented the right way.
Man, definitely. Nine was one of them different guys, man. We got two rings. You got one with Dallas, with Boston, and
the Lakers.
The Lakers, yeah. And dude, he a winner too, man. Like,
yeah.
Like a real student of the game, man. He's just gonna do what he got to do to get better. Like, he can't shoot. Okay, I'm gonna knock down these 15 footers on him. All right, he can't do that. All right, I'm gonna do this. Like, he gonna show you and he gonna do it. And now what? He's just one of them dudes, man. He know the game, love the game of basketball, and he got a bright future in this game.
Talk to me about making that move and becoming like now you kind of moving into that OG veteran role when you get to the Bucks and talk about that team with Monte Ellis, B. Jennings, JJ Redd, Dunleavy, Tobias.
Yeah. So, man, that's crazy. Like, actually that year, I'm like, man, I'm about to be done with this shit. Like, my body hurt, like my neck still bothers me a little bit. I don't have the surgery, but I'm still like, I ain't who I need to be out here. You know what I'm saying? So I get traded. I go to Milwaukee. I'm over there. I'm supposed to be mentoring Tobias. Man, they trade him the first week. I'm like, man, what y'all doing? It's like, yeah, you got to start. I'm like, I didn't come to play. I came to mentor him. So now I'm playing because Luke Mabute, he was hurt. So he got back. I had to like start, and I'm like, man, I ain't really here, man. I'm about checked out for real. But playing with Monte and Brandon, man, that was different. Like, two young guards that's very talented as hell. Like, they got an alpha mentality about each other. Like, they both gonna get 30 shots.
With the shit. Right. They both with the shit.
Yeah, so any night they liable to score, but when you're a smaller guard, like, everybody gonna kind of take advantage. They're gonna try to post them up. But, Monte's so fast, man. He get that ball in his right hand and he give you this.
Gone.
Man, you need a car to catch him.
And he'll take off on your ass if you play with him at the rim.
Right. Truly. You so fast, and like, and BJ, he had a lot going, he's shifty and he could shoot the three. I mean, that team, I was actually probably the only team I made the playoffs in. We was on like a 5, 6, 7 game losing streak. Like, we made the playoffs. That's the quote unquote Bucks and 6. Man, them people swept us so fast, man. They got us out of there quick, man. But, man,
hey, what did you think when you saw that interview that BJ did talking about?
Man, I had already called for my cars to get shipped. I don't know what he talking about.
You getting your summer plans together already.
it's time to go, man. It's cold up here too. I know we out of here. I mean, I like the confidence, but man, that we just ain't have enough. We ain't have enough. Man, you know how that was when Bron and Wade them down in Miami. Them
Hey, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, what did the real ones think? Like, you an OG vet. You like, okay, young fella, I respect what you're trying to do, but
yeah, I get it. I promise you I do, but that ain't it. Like, we ain't got a chance, my brother. We lucky we get one. But nah, it was good though, man. Milwaukee was a good city. It's just cold as hell.
Yeah.
Cold as hell. I didn't realize Chicago was that close though.
Right there, 45, 50 minutes.
For real.
Yeah, right down the street.
Yeah, so I stay over there trying to shop a little bit, but it was so cold. I ain't really come out. It was too damn cold up there.
Yeah, it's cold out there. What convinced you to take the transition to be a coach? Because I didn't see this coming. I'm like, Marquis a coach? Like, nah.
You know what? Even when we was in Boston, one of our plays that we used to run, I actually put that play in. Like, Rondo catch the ball on the elbow, and P and Ray set that down screen on each other. We got KG and Brandon Bass on the other side. So it's like we're gonna run a split game right here, and they're gonna pick and choose. Like they switch that 2-man on P, we gonna post them up, and then we got Ray. If they mess up, Ray gonna wet you up. But if you make a mistake and you don't look over there, now we gonna swing over here. Brandon Bass, 15 footers,
cash money.
Yeah, and then Rondo with a live dribble at the elbow, like he can finish with the best in there. So it was a good play that we ended up going to a lot. Doc, it was funny. I was telling Doc about it, and so we get in. He's like, "Keith, put the play in." Taking up. Oh shit, this. It became one of the plays that we ran like on a consistent basis. But coming to coach in college, man, like I said, I was coming around. Bruce Pearl was like, man, what you doing right now? I was like, man, I'm just, I'm at home. My wife was coaching at the time. So I'm retired. I'm just chilling. I'm taking the kids to school, coming home, So I kept coming back. Like, you want to coach? I'm like, oh, I coach. And he's like, you got to get back in school. I'm like, school? And so, I end up coming back. I end up getting my master's, and just being around the game, you don't realize.
Oh, salute that, bro. I ain't know you got your master's. That's super dope, man, bro. Congrats on that.
Man, like,
what? Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if I'm going to do it though, man. Like, but nah, like just being around it, you don't know how much you know about the game until you actually around the guys that don't know the game. The position I'm in, I wish I had somebody that was here when I was a kid in school.
Yeah.
Help me and like trying to guide me. It's like it's a cheat sheet. Like, bro, you already got to do this and do this and do that. Like, they out here, they playing hard, but it's like, bro, you playing hard, but you wasting too much energy doing all this extra stuff. Like, do this and do that. Then they look at me like, yeah, you're right. Just that's a joy, man. And like my wife always told me, she's like, you got patience. Like, you can work with the kids. Like, cause I was them.
Yeah.
I was a hothead. I know everything, man. Whatever. You old. You don't even tell me. Like, I was them, so I understand how to deal with them. And I think my daughter told me this one time. She was like, I was trying to get her to do something. She was like, I don't think you be listening to me. And I was like, you're right. What do you want? Especially as coaches and parents, we always telling kids what to do instead of asking them what they want to do. That helps so much when you kind of start incorporating that. Now you can put in what you need them to do with what they want to do. So now it's like, okay, you want to shoot threes. You don't need to shoot threes. I'm going to let you shoot a couple, but I'm going to actually show you what you need to be doing. So now they actually locked in. These kids, they'll shut down on you, man, and then they'll stop talking to you, and it's like, bro, I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah, they don't know when the help is there for real. You got to trick them into helping them.
It's I call it a parent lie.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So now that you've been doing it, are you fully locked in? Like, this what you want to do? You want to stay in college? Do you want to go? You got aspirations to be a professional coach in the NBA, or how what you trying to do with it?
Man, I was leaning a little bit more towards trying to see what I was going to do as far as NBA and stuff. And then when my wife passed, so now it's like my son, he's still in 11th grade, and so I gotta like make sure I can get him through school. And my daughter, she here at Auburn, so. Once I kind of get him through in the college, whatever he decided to do or whatever, because he still plays baseball too, but he's played basketball as well. So I'm trying to figure out what he's gonna do. But I gotta also make sure that I'm here with him to try to get him through what he need to do as well. Then I kind of decide from there.
Word up. Well, that's dope, man. We need it. We need more of us, like, what I'm saying? Especially like the example you get to say. You get to tell them, like, I was this, I was that, and I'm walking proof that you gotta listen to somebody, bruh.
Man, trust me, it's trying. Some
I
of
know
you,
it. I know it's not easy, bro. That's what I'm telling you. I respect the hell out of it.
man,
Yeah.
it's different. It's different. It's man, because some of the stuff they be doing, you be like, bro, ain't no way in here you thought that was over.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, then they'll come to the bench and they be crying, bitch, doing it. I look at them like, you done? It's like, bro, you fouled the hell out that man, bro. Like, what you want they call? Like, yeah. I'm like, so what you talking about? I'm
Straight
like,
up.
just being real with them, man, being honest with them and letting them know, like, look, man, such and such gonna say this to you. So when you come down here and they do this, don't look crazy. Accept it and just get to the next play.
Yeah.
When and how did you come up with your game day vibe post? Because all of them joints be funny as all outside. I be cracking up the day. And then the grill master skits too, man. When you gonna come out with the stand-up comedy joint? What you doing out here, bro? Between the grill and the game day post, I be crying laughing.
Yeah, I used to get kicked out of class a lot for joking and playing around in school. So, man, the game day post was actually, I was like, man, I got to do something different because I got to try to stay tapped in with the kids.
Yeah, they on that social media.
I just started seeing little funny dance videos. I'm like, man, you know what? Game day vibes. I just started doing it. And now it's to the point where like everybody like, bro, what
is it today? Yeah, what a video.
People actually send them to me now. Like, man, I got enough probably for like 2 years of games. Just sitting away like, what I'm gonna do today. But even with the cooking stuff, I didn't know how to cook. Like, I could cook some breakfast food, but
right.
Yeah, like I said, with my wife passed, I gotta learn how to cook now because the kids, they hungry, like coming home from school, like they looking like, okay, where the food at? Like,
right.
So when I started cooking, and it ain't really hard, it's just being patient and sitting there. And I was like, man, I got to do a video coming out doing this, doing that. You know, put my little red apron. I got my red apron on with my red hand. You know, it's been happen. You know, but yeah, doing those videos, man, those skits, they trying to get me to. Well, they say I need to do a cooking show, and it's like, man, you can make money from this. I'm like, bro, I barely know how to work this technology stuff. I can post up and get all this. Like, nah, man, you can make some money from this. I'm like, whatever. When you show me how I do it, but man, and my daughter, she really the one that be hyping me up the most to do it. Like, she do her little TikTok dance videos. Come on, Dad, let's do this. I'm like, man.
Yeah, the videos, the little dances joint when they be doing it, he come through it.
It be fun. I ain't gonna lie, it be fun, man. Like I say, man, you gotta find a way to find some laughter and smile about everything in life, because man, life gonna life. And you gotta roll with it or it's gonna
You gotta move with it. You gotta move with it. Like ever since I've been knowing you, you always had your best friend with you. I always know she always be there to support you. Like, man, she's been through your whole journey, and I know she just passed away. Rest in peace. But I just want you to just speak up on her and just what she just always meant for you from the start to the finish. Just speak on her and what she meant to you and your family and just how great she was, because like everybody who came around, I remember when I was down there in Orlando and I was down for your video shoot, man, to the house, man, she just treated us like we was your brothers, like right away. And I always respected that.
Man, she was the rock. She was the anchor to, everything we had going on, man. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for her. Like, even when I was in school, like, I was ready to transfer. And she was like, nah, you staying. You need to stay. You need to stay. And I'm like, man, nah, these dudes sorry. She like, you staying. So just without her, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at, to be honest with you. Like, just the stuff that we shared. And, she played basketball on the women's team. I'm on the men's team. And, like, she had an apartment, so I stayed with her. And she helped me, man, in ways that I didn't even know I needed help, man. Like, growing up in the city and in the hoods, you don't realize, like, you see it, but you don't really know, like, what somebody really genuinely care for you about.
Yeah.
Like, has your back, that really want to know. And, sometimes they say the realest person on your team is a female.
Mm-hmm.
And that was true. Like, she would do some stuff that helped me out in ways that, like I said, I didn't know. And man, it's be plenty of days, man, that I just sit back and, man, I be at home and I'm just standing at the wall. I don't even know, I ain't cutting no TV on or nothing. I'm just like, that's a different form of grief, and I'm trying to get through it. It's like every day, man, like I wear around my neck. It's the only jewelry I wear now. Like, I wear every day, and like, man, just looking at my kids, my son, he got a whole face, and my daughter, it's just, man, I wouldn't wish it on nobody, man.
Yeah.
Like, saying, so if y'all got anybody, you got a situation where, you going through something with family members, your girl, whatever, man, patch it up because at the end of the day, man, if you ain't got family, you ain't got nothing, man.
You ain't got nothing.
How much money you got, it don't matter. Like those 4 years of watching her go through cancer to, they telling me, she got 3 months on a Monday, then they come back Thursday. It's like, it's gonna be a long weekend. You're like, man, what? Like, how you go from 3 months to this? And, even the last 8 hours of her life, I was holding her, she died in my arms and everything. And, it's just, man, it put me in a situation to where like it take a whole lot for me to get bothered by anything.
Yeah. You appreciate the life and what's going on.
And I tell my kids, man, at the end of the day, man, you gotta do whatever you gotta do for God to bless you, because at the end, our ultimate goal is to see your mom again. Like, regardless of what's going on in this world, man, it's smoke and mirrors. Like anybody outside of this house, and they're gonna tell you they love you, but we're gonna show you.
Yeah. Real talk.
Then you gotta make sure that, like I say, man, be happy for anybody else when things going for them, because it's gonna come back around for you. But man, don't never forget them. Keep holding on to God's hand, and man, just keep trusting it. Like even when you don't understand, like man, just ask God to come in and help you as much as you can. So I try to instill that spiritual side into them, because you go through 3 stages in life with your spirit. Early on, a lot of people was forced to go to church. When they get in the middle ages, they kind of like, man, I ain't going to church no more. Then when they get older, it's like, man, I need church.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm at that age now. It's like I understand that, man, I know I need God because of the situation that happened with my wife. And it's like, even at the end of the day, it's like, man, you got to realize you don't control shit.
Yeah.
Like,
y'all that unit, man, it went from me, I know you and speaking of you, but when you had the opportunity to be around your family, every time I think of you, I think of her, because y'all was just that one together. You didn't see her without you. You'd always know that she's in the mix of everything, man. And man, I'm sorry that happened to you, but man, always praying for you and your family, man.
Definitely praying for the family.
And I just wanted you to speak on that, so people will know, like when you get somebody that tight and really your best friend,
man, for real,
really been through your journey, you got to keep that person real close to you.
Man, I'm telling you, man, ain't nothing like home. You can stay outside all you want to, man. Stay home as much as you can.
Nothing like it. I'm so glad I realized that now, because that's where I be at, in the house.
I'm going at 7:30, man. I tell them, man, if I put my feet make a number 4, it's over. I'm going to bed.
You already know.
But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate that, man. But yeah, man, rest of soul, I got a little foundation I do for as far as like trying to get black students to come back to Auburn and go to school. That I do a little called the Marquis Daniels, Shana Daniels Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
It's on my Instagram page, we donations, and it goes to like, we're trying to help kids get scholarships and everything. So
check them out. 6 Lambo, the IG.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
I wanted to, I got a couple more before we get you out of here. Out of all the teammates you done had and you done played with, out of all the teams you done played with, if you had to put 4 other players to make your ultimate 5, who would be them 4 other players?
They got to be in position. Like we just...
Now, just however you wanted your team to be, like,
and it don't matter when you play with them. Then they prime.
We going off their prime. So no matter when you play with them, if you had to pick 4 other players to play with you to make an ultimate 5, what would be your ultimate 5?
Put Rondo. Damn. I got KG. Ooh, shit. Dirk.
KG, Dirk, you, Rondo.
Man, damn. I'm the coach. I'm the coach.
No, we need you in it. We putting it in the category. We need you in it.
Man, all right. So if I'm gonna do that, then
got Truth, Ray.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I even played with Shaq.
Oh, I forgot about Diesel.
Man. All right, you got KG, you got Dirk, you got Rondo. I'm gonna go Truth.
That's 3 top 75.
We're gonna have to play fast.
Yeah,
that's a good group right there, man.
That's a hell of a 5 right there.
That's a good 5 right there.
I have to think about that one again. Damn, that's tough.
Your daughter played for Auburn, played basketball. What you think about the WNBA and how the women is moving the game forward?
Man, I love it, man. I probably watch more girls basketball than anything. Like, I love it. Hey, man, like, these young women are so talented, bro. It's crazy. Like,
definitely is.
Said, hey, man, I in here the other day, she jumped up, grabbed the rim. I'm looking like, the hell going on? Like, you know, evolution of the game, man. Like, they want to work out with the boys. Like, they want to do the boys moves. They don't want to be pump fake. Well, nah, they want to get, they want to show you they got that Birkin bag too. They want to get in their bag. Like, kids, man, they it's some skilled kids out here, man, that can really play this game that, you know, they just, and the thing about girls, man, once you show them you love them, man, they will play so hard for you.
Yeah.
Like with the boys, like, man, you got to pat them on the back. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Encourage them.
Girls, man, they going to play hard. And, like, they really love the game, man. They all play as if they are undrafted.
Yeah.
Even the highest paid players, they still feel like they got points to prove. Like, they play so hard, man. I love watching them play, man. The evolution, you know, with Caitlin Clark and Reese and these kids, man, they changing the game. It's like, man, don't hate on them, man. Accept what they got going on and appreciate it, man. And I said at one point it wasn't that. So it's gonna get better. It was just like with the NBA, man. Like at one point we wasn't getting what these guys is getting now. Like, so you just gotta appreciate it. And you know, man, they sorry they couldn't play back then, man. These girls, man, they'll cook some dudes. Like some of these girls can go. Like watching the girl from Dallas, Arike.
She ain't no joke. She ain't no joke.
She get busy.
Get a bucket. Jewel Lord, she get a bucket. Like
busy,
man, girls can hoop. Stewie, man, listen. I'm telling you, I be locked in. Even sometimes when I'm playing 2K at home, I'm like, hey, man, we're gonna play with the girls tonight.
I be locked into the women, man. The women do their thing, man.
They putting it down.
Some young girls that's coming, man, like what Juju, Paige,
Azzy,
Fly J.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Them girls go to the league earlier. That's one thing I wish they do. Because you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, man, you be so talented at a young age. Like Juju could be in the league right now.
Yeah.
Top pick right now. Top pick.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, God forbid something happened to them, but you know they stay healthy and could get to that point. But man, them girls talent. I feel like if they talented enough to get there,
let them
go do their thing, man. You already say they mature more quicker than boys anyway. So why not? What you holding them back?
Definitely need to at least cut it down another year. Let them leave after their sophomore year if they want to go.
What they got to stay 4 years? Like let them girls go.
I think 3. They got to say 3, right?
3? I don't know, man. I know some of them need to be going now. Like, man, let them girls hoop, man. It's only enhancing the game, man. That's it.
One more question for you, man. You know, one of the times I spent down there, you know, I got the opportunity to be at one of your video shoots. When the last time my boy done dropped the verse?
Man, my daughter made me get in there and rap on a song with her. Like,
okay.
101. So like she just got another song called Her that is real hard. Like she be doing her thing. It's in her lane. Her name Ride Too Crucial, a song called Her. But man, I still mess around every now and then. Like I get in there
and do your thing.
Even with the rapping thing, right? Like we got some dudes in the league right now that can really rap.
Yeah.
Rap. But I know how to make a good song. Like it's gonna be you gonna think about it. You're gonna hear it, like like Fly J, for example, man. I think Fly J is a dope MC. She can go.
I think she's amazing, very talented.
Only thing about it is like she makes the music that you probably ain't gonna hear in the club nowhere. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's not a knock against her. It's almost like Eminem. Eminem a dope ass artist.
Yeah. But you ain't playing it in the club.
Yeah, like, and so like that was my whole mindset. It's like, okay, you can rap and put all these dope words together, but man, we live in an era, man. Nobody want to hear all that.
Yeah.
Like
they want
to bop to it. You know what I'm saying? They want to bop to it, man.
You got to dumb it down. Yeah. And I ain't telling them artists to stop doing what they doing, but it's depending on what you're looking for. Like what are you trying to get? And so like I say, Fly J music is dope as hell. And so Miles Bridges, he makes some dope music.
Yeah, Miles be making that bop music.
Yeah, Lance Stevenson, he can go.
I see him starting to go too now. He has a nice little freestyle out there.
Go in the league, man, but it's just, and it's hard because when you playing, the first thing you're gonna hear is, bro, why you trying to rap? You already got money.
Yeah. But you know, back in our day, they didn't encourage it, or you was frowned upon to do something like that and all that. I'm loving like this era, like they just let them be free and just do their thing outside of because man, they was telling us just focus on basketball, and like I say, you got frowned upon if you tried to rap or do anything outside of playing basketball. They just put you in that one box.
No question. That culture, that what is it, the shutdown culture or whatever it is, they try to shut you down if you say certain things. I was just telling somebody that the other day. I said, man, comedians like Richard Pryor and them, man, they wouldn't have made it.
Right.
Yeah.
Stuff they were saying and doing, but it's just like you say, it's good that they allowing these kids to come out here and express themselves and do what they want to do. I mean, I'm glad these bigger shorts coming back. Trey, man, keep doing it, bro. Because man, them little shorts they playing in, ain't no way.
Yeah.
No, sir.
It's getting out here, man.
They already small, bro. What you doing?
They already rocking skinny jeans. Now you gonna do the shorts like that.
Man, that's why they call me Unc. Come on, Unc. I was like, all right, I got to throw some young clothes on for a second.
We all Uncs now. We all Uncle OG.
Nah, you the oldest OG.
All right.
OGQ.
OGQ, you like that? That's why kids call me that, man. They don't even call me dad. They be like, OG. I'm like, I'll take it.
All right, man. We appreciate the homie, man. Orlando's finest, City Beautiful's finest. That Auburn War Damn Eagle in the building, man. Keith Daniels. We appreciate you, bro. Pulling up on the homies.
Man, no much respect, man. Y'all already know I've been with y'all since, you know what I mean?
Back already know.
Like, for real, I'm talking about with the two headbands.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.